So let's move along to SmackDown. So we kick off SmackDown, where were we? St. Louis, Missouri. And we kick things off in the ring. Paul Heyman, or LA Knight comes out. Yeah, LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. Dummy. Yeah.
And Paul Heyman immediately hits the ring. He's like, yo, LA Knight's going to be the next big thing in this business. You've earned my attention, but the Bloodline's got something to do about it. So Jimmy comes down. Knight challenges Jimmy to a match. Jimmy accepts. Fucking Heyman's mad. Backstage, Judgment Day are walking, and they're on SmackDown, and JD's with them, and Priest's like, why is he here? And Ripley's like, I said he could be here. So she's calling the shots. We hit the ring. Charlotte Flair comes down. She's dripping like $1 million. She takes on EO. They're taking on Damage Control. Her partner's Asuka. So Charlotte hits Bayley with the natural selection and beats Damage Control. So this was what it was. This is a great, solid women's tag team match, with a bunch of stars. So yeah, all good. In the back, Paul Heyman tells Jimmy Uso that he needs authorization from the tribal chief to make decisions like the one he made tonight. Jimmy's like, yo, the tribal chief's never here. I told y'all this. It's Jimmy versus Roman is going to happen. You're going to see him face each of the Bloodline guys one by one. It's inevitably clear. So anyways, they walk into their locker room, and the Judgment Day are sitting there with their feet up. They're like, you're in the long locker room, dog. And Balor's like, no, that's where we're supposed to be. It goes to commercial. We come back. Rhea Ripley tells them all to get the fuck out so her and Heyman can talk. We go to the ring. Rey Mysterio with LWO took on Lashley with Dawkins and Ford. And this was a solid match. Two veterans, two legends in the game. Lashley cut fucking Rey in half with the spear and just bodied him and pinned him. Good, solid match. We go backstage. Ripley tells Heyman that he needs to make the wise decision and tell Roman that the Bloodline and the Judgment Day are stronger together. Now, they planted these seeds before, and we've seen the Judgment Day and Bloodline go like, look, as long as these fucking Melvins are over here, we got to sort of unite. We have common enemies type shit, when really it's just heel coward shit. It's brilliant stuff. And Ripley's like, acknowledge me. And Heyman's like, you're saying that shit this is the wrong place to be talking to me like this, right? And I don't know. I think we're going to see a Judgment Day Bloodline alliance, and I'll explain why. And it's obvious. Everyone's put it together before I have, but we're going to explain it all. So I don't know. This whole SmackDown was predicated on yes, was the in-ring solid? Sure. That's the kickoff show for Fastlane is kicking off right now as I'm talking. So we'll So there we go. The promo's running. Maybe I'll let that play in the background a bit. So I'm about to watch Fastlane and review it on this episode for you guys. Yeah, dummies. This whole SmackDown was just good storytelling, which is what kept you hooked in. And then the matches were just a bonus, and that's what wrestling's really all about in this day and age of especially AEW needs to take notes because, bro, their pay-per-views sell good numbers, right? Their pay-per-views are always quote unquote stellar. So then they need to use their TV instead of just having mind-blowing crazy mark matches. If it was just primarily storyline, their pay-per-views they'd be triumphing, but instead they just focused on the wrong stuff. But Edge is going to turn that all around. I marked over it enough on the last episode. Anyways, though, this SmackDown. Ripley leaves. Heyman says, call Roman Reigns, right? And we're going to see them team up. Up next, we had Austin Theory versus Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, main roster, yeah. Waller comes out just in the middle of the match. His music hits, whatever. Waller distracts Lee type shit, but then Cameron Grimes comes out and distracts Theory, and then Lee rolls up Theory for the win. So we're going to see Grimes and Lee take on Theory and Waller. Okay, I guess they're just giving us a little daddy magic taste of the next generation of fucking, who's going to be on Raw and SmackDown, I guess. But Dragon Lee is, they're pushing him the right way. He, in my opinion, is going to be the guy to break through and become the next, Rey Mysterio. He's got a cool name. It's easy to remember. His mask, his look, his work, everything's solid, and he's believable. So, in the back, Rey Mysterio comes out of the trainer room. He tells Santos that there's no way Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde will be able to compete tomorrow. they're hurt, I guess. And so Ray said, let me make a phone call. It's going to be Carlito Cool, guys. Sorry, spoilers. Yeah. Carlito Cool's going to come out and be he's been signed with WWE for a while, and they haven't had anything to do with him, I guess, lately, right? Like he hasn't had no one's called him, no one, whatever. He's just been cleared, and he's going to come back other than that backlash there. So he's going to come in and fully join the LWO, which is awesome. And who knows? Hopefully him and Ray team up and they just continue to get like these younger guys over, Dragon Lee. I think Umberto and sorry, I'm forgetting his name. Angel Garza need to be called up because Hector Garza was their grandfather and he was in the LWO for a shoot, one of the OGs. So those two should be called up and brought. They're just way more interesting and better workers than Joaquin and Cruz del Toro. I'm not saying give them the boot, but if a heel turns down the line for the LWO, man, boot those two for Umberto and what's his face, and then they can team up with Dragon. And yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's my fantasy mark booking for the LWO because they are getting a little stale. Other than they're the LWO, they come out to Eddie Guerrero's voice and they're with Rey Mysterio, So shout out Dragon Lee. So then we get Jimmy Uso with Paul Heyman taking on LA Knight, and Solo jumps in the ring and attacks Knight for the DQ. The match is whatever. It's like a non-match. We just get a DQ. John Cena comes in, throws Solo out of the ring. Fucking just money. The Judgment Day come out. JD McDonough is out there as well. Heyman and Ripley shake hands. The Bloodline and the Judgment Day have a line. Uso comes in the ring, stands side by side with Knight and Cena. So Jey Uso's music hits. So he's on Raw, right? But the music hits. Everyone pops, huge fucking pops. He comes down. They're still outnumbered, though. That's when Cody Rhodes' music fucking hits. Give it all away, give it all away. Protect my freedom. Whoa, whoa. My father's soul. Sorry, guys. You get way more singing when Hairline's not here. So Cody Rhodes comes in. Fucking crowds popping. He throws the weight belt. Every fucking Stone Cold pops. Not that hard, but it is like that, man. WWE's so hot right now. They have the biggest baby faces in the company on SmackDown, back to back to back. They start, a brawl just breaks out. Great way to end the show. And so just to wrap up SmackDown, overall a great SmackDown.